Time now for France 24's Media Watch. We're joined by Oliver Farry this Friday. We're talking very much a situation here in the European Union. This is once again perhaps one of the issues in Brussels, not necessarily one that we've been following that much over the past weeks and months. This is a bit of a conflict which is centuries old, if you will.
That's right. France is not happy about a proposed €2 coin that its neighbour Belgium had planned to strike for this, to celebrate the 200th anniversary of the Battle of Waterloo, which is due to take place in June. Now, the British Daily Telegraph was the first to report on this a couple of days ago. It said that France had tried to block the proposed coin because it would carry a symbol that is negative for a fraction of the European population. That's probably a very French-sized fraction of the population, I imagine. It also warns that it could risk engendering hostile reactions in France because, of course, these coins can circulate throughout the Eurozone. And they even went so far as to say it could undermine the Eurozone. So it's quite alarming, that. And now it appears that France actually has won, according to the Belgian newspaper La Capitale. Belgium is now to actually withdraw the planned coin at a cost of €1.5 million. However, they have managed to get a compromise. Now, the Belgians are actually very, very historically adept at making everyone happy and drawing compromises. The whole country is built on that. They're actually going to do instead a €2.50 coin, which is probably the first €2 or 2.50 coin of any denomination that has ever been struck. It will not be a legal tender outside of Belgium, and it may not actually go into circulation in Belgium itself. So it will be a collector's item. So Belgium can actually commemorate the battle that took place before it was even established, because of course at the time of the Battle of Waterloo, Waterloo and Brussels was actually part of the Netherlands. Now the British, not surprisingly, have no qualms whatsoever about commemorating it. They're actually going to strike a £5 coin to celebrate the 200th anniversary. The British are actually going to make a killing on this, because if you want to buy the £5 coin, it's going to cost you £13, and that will also include an accompanying booklet revealing facts on the battle, just in case you weren't paying attention in school.
I'm sure they'll be extremely delighted with that. Clearly the UK not tying itself in knots as Belgium appears to me. What's been the online reaction to this?
Well, it's a mixture of gloating, as the Eurosceptic Daniel Hannan here says. Belgium's €2 coin celebrates the defeat of someone else who aimed at a united Europe. The American writer Lauren Collins of The New Yorker says, "Be kind of cool if the French just once were like, have your Waterloo coin, whatevs." Now, a French tweeter agrees, in a similar vein of amusement, says, "Even after 200 years, we still seem to be a little bit touchy about this." And as if to prove her point, the French ambassador to Washington says, "Strange that a European coin commemorates a battle between Europeans. We could propose many others." And the replies are quite revealing. One of them says, "Well, what about the Gare d'Austerlitz, one of many Paris landmarks that's actually named after a French military victory?" And another person says, "These 200 anniversaries were fun up to circa 2012, which is, of course, is when the French Napoleon stopped winning battles. Should have stopped there." And we will see here, it's a Belgian cartoon is actually having a look at it, saying that Waterloo 2015 is well underway. The captions read, the British representative, who I presume is supposed to be the Duke of Wellington, says, "Oh, the Euro's stupid, but with Waterloo on it, it's fantastic." And Napoleon has a look and says, "What? Who did this?" "The Belgians, sire." And the poor beleaguered Belgian says, "My grace, it will not happen again."
Okay, clearly that French reaction a bit of a gift for the satirists here in Europe. Moving on to another story, this is one here in France, a consumer fair stirring up controversy. Tell me more.
That's right. Trade consumer fairs, or shows, or salons as the French call them, are a common feature of French society, and there's one for practically everything. Now, the first ever women's fair is taking place this weekend in Paris.
A women's fair?
A women's fair, the Salon de la Femme. Now, the fair will be taking care of various things, such as beauty care, child care, cooking, all very predictable feminine activities. But there are some less obvious ones as well, such as DIY, boxing, tattooing, advice for entrepreneurs, and also sections catering for women with disabilities. So they seem to be covering pretty much the whole gambit. Doesn't really seem very objectionable, but some people are not happy with it, leaving comments on the fair's Facebook page calling it backwards and saying that women are about more than scented candles, babysitting problems, cellulite and hair care. Now the organisers are a little bit exasperated. They say the event is neither feminist nor anti-feminist. Now its branded look probably has got itself into a little bit of trouble. It's sort of very bright and cheery. It's very much from the classic canon of advertising for women, and that's probably encouraged people to jump to conclusions. Now, Le Monde actually points out that it's not the only one of its type. There actually has been Salon de Madame and actually Le Salon de l'Homme, the men's salon, which took place in November last year in Paris, to absolutely no controversy whatsoever. Now, the people who are actually protesting, they've got various things to say. They take issue with the slogan saying the women's salon, a whole universe of a feminine universe in one salon, and says, what exactly is a feminist universe? And here we have one here. A Frenchman turns to irony. He says, it's actually a play on words, salon, as well as meaning show. It also means sitting room. A salon de la femme. Women don't need the salon. They've already got the kitchen. Now, his hashtag is irony alert, just in case anyone was going to draw the wrong conclusion from that. And finally, we'll wrap up with a lot of French people have actually been circulating this satirical article from the Swiss newspaper Le Temps 3 years ago, which is actually called Le Salon de la Femme. And it was actually mocking the tendency of the Geneva car show to use pretty women to sell cars. They actually say, not everyone is happy as motorist groups deplore the use of cars for the commercialisation of women.
Oliver Farry, on that note, thank you very much. That's all we've got time for in the Media Watch for now.